Hello, Lance. Warm welcome to this third session that is on concepts and foundations of management. In this session, we will be looking into and what foundations the management concept has been built up, or what are the concepts that are connected with the management that we have some idea. So in order to have more understanding about the concepts and foundations of management, let us revisit the definition of management or the meaning of management. So we assume that management is a process of planning, organizing, leading and controlling the resources in order to achieve the organizational goal more effectively and efficiently. This is the idea or crux. So for with this particular purpose, you are coordinating with the people, you are coordinating their efforts so as to achieve their own objectives and making them to use the resources more optimally in that particular process, goal achievement process. Okay, so this is a concept. I mean, you have to ensure, as a manager, you have to ensure the achievement of the organizational goal by coordinating with the people, by optimally utilizing the resources, that is effectively and efficiently. Okay, so this is the idea. So in order to go for this program, what actually the foundation concepts, so what are the basic concepts involved in this idea means, right? The planning. Okay, so unless otherwise you plan, the management process cannot be carried out more effectively. Achievement of organization goals may not be possible when you don't have a perfect planning. So what you do in planning means you are setting the goals, you are setting the objectives, and again, what are things to be done in order to achieve the particular objective, that also you have to plan perfectly. And you should also plan for the resources. I need this particular outcome. I need this particular output. If I wanted this particular output, so how best I have, what are the actions I have to take? What are the activities I have to go for? Now to carry out that activity, what are the resources I have to assemble, or what are the resources I have to get ready with? These are things you have to get ready. So one foundation, one concept that is very pertinent to the management is all about the planning. And when it comes to the second component of the management or second concept of the management is all about the organizing, right? So here, though you are very clear with the objective, though you have planned everything, what to be done, what are the resources required, everything is okay. But unless otherwise you bring those resources into picture, unless otherwise you divide or you just identify the people who could able to carry out that particular activities, it is not, I mean, it stands only in a blueprint, but it is not possible to execute that particular activity. So you carry out the organizing process where you are identifying the activities to be done, where you are identifying the people who can do that particular activity. You are, allocating those activities to them. That is, you are giving them responsibilities. In order to carry the responsibility, you're also giving them the authority, and you are ensuring that they are accountable for their own responsibilities. Okay, so all these things happens as an organizing activity. So this is another essential component or concept of management, which based on which the management functions very well. And the third component is all about the leading or directing. As you have seen already, that we have planned very well, we have organized the resources, we identify the right people, but unless otherwise they are directed properly, unless otherwise they are led properly, we influence them to do the work accordingly, what is expected from them, it's not possible to achieve the organizational goal. Okay, so here you involve in leading process. You are involved in the directing process where you influence the people, you influence the employees, you are motivating them in order to work towards the organizational goal. So this is another concept behind the management. And when you come to the another founding concept related to management is all about the controlling. All right. So I have set the goal, I have identified the people, I have assigned the responsibilities, I made them to work, but here I have to ensure whether I have achieved the goal as per the expectations or not. Whether I have achieved the goal as per the standards or not, that I have to check it out, for which the controlling process it take care. So as per the controlling process, you are trying to measure the performance. You are measuring the performance, what's happening right now, and you know what the standard we have fixed up, and you are comparing it, and you are trying to identify whether the actual performance is matching with the expected standard, expectations or not. If it is so, then it's good. If it is not so, then you take the corrective action. So controlling also is an essential component of management. And again, as we already seen, the decision making, all the managers in whatever the activity they are going to do, they have options, they have choices. So which choice can be fruitful or useful to the organization, that they have to make sure, that they have to design. So decision making is yet another core component of any manager. That is a core skill which is required from a manager. So they have to involve in decision making, not to solve the problem, not to take the decision. What are the things, right? And the communication, as I said earlier, it's management is all about dealing with the people, making the people, working with the people, coordinating the people to achieve the stated objective. So when you're supposed to deal with the people, when you're supposed to coordinate the people, you should ensure that communication is a more crucial one. Whether you are dealing with a superior or subordinate or fellow colleague or external people, whoever it may be, but you have to interact with them. You have to move with them. So for which the communication is more crucial thing for any managers, right? So they have to convey what's expected. They have to convey what's actually achieved. So for which the communication is very essential. Again, motivation. As I already said, when you're dealing with the people, it is not only that, okay, I have given the responsibility to them. It is not only that I'm pushing them. It is not only that I'm directing them, but at the same time, you should also motivate them. The sense, unless they are motivated, the best things will not come out of the employees. Okay, so in order to get the best result from the employees, you should be able to motivate them to work accordingly, right? For the betterment of the organization, for the benefit of the organization. That is another thing you have to ensure as per the management concept. And again, different situations require different style of leadership. That also we have to ensure as a manager. You cannot adopt a single approach. You cannot have a same approach for every situation. In certain situations, you have to adopt one particular style. For another situation, you have to adopt the different style of leadership. So that are the things that you have to keep the base for the better management in an organization. And human resource management, as you already seen that whatever the activities, whatever the things you are into that, though you are taking care of finance, though you are taking care of machines, though you are taking care of technology, though you are taking care of anything else, right? System, computers, anything it's a, but the people are the human resources are the element. The people are the core element with which every activities are being carried out. Okay, so here you should have a human resource managing ability. You should be able to get the right type of people. You should be able to acquire the right type of talent. You should be able to nurture them. You should be able to retain them. Okay, so unless you do it so, it is not possible for the managers to accomplish the task, accomplish the given objectives more effectively in the long run, right? And again, ethics and social responsibility is a crux of any manager. Okay, so you are working for the betterment of the organization, but not at the cost of the ethical aspects of the society, right? You have to ensure that you should be much more responsible. Whatever the decisions you are going to come in, that should not affect that should cause harm to the society. That responsibility actually every manager is having. So there is another foundation of management with which the management activities being carried out. And again, as we already seen that change management, the rapidly changing business environment, manager must adopt, right? So they should be able to know how to cope up with the changes. This happens both externally and also internally, right? So change management is also another task. And what are the decisions you're going to take? What are the activities you're going to involve with? See to that it is all for the long-term oriented, right? Because what are the strategies you are going to come with? You should ensure that it's not only giving benefit to the short term, but also in the long term, it's going to benefit the organizations, right? That for which you have to have some strategic approach in what are the decisions you are going to have it. Okay, so these are some of the areas, some of the founding concepts based on which the management comes into picture. Okay, so planning, organizing, staffing, directing, motivating, decision-making, strategic management approach. So these are the essential crux of management. In the next class, we'll see on different concepts on different terms. Okay, happy learning. Thank you very much.